What is going on, Pokemon fans? Welcome back to Pokémon Red. My name is JD, and today we're doing a very special video. If you haven't been watching my channel over the last few weeks, we've been playing through Pokemon Blue with all the bug types, figure who the best bug type is in Generation 1. And last week we played through with Scyther. Got a time of 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 20 seconds. This Pokemon has some huge disadvantages and huge problems it has in the playthrough, which resulted in over an hour run for a Pokemon that looks and has such great stats as Scyther. Its moveset is garbage. So today, we are initiating what I call What If Wednesday. We've done What Ifs before, but I've never made it like a consistent segment in this channel. But now we're going to start having What If Wednesday. We'll do other videos as well on Wednesdays. What If Wednesdays is the concept I want to have continuously, because I just think Gen 1 is so janky that we got to do a lot of videos to kind of fix a little bit of it. I've had some really good ones over the last couple weeks. I've had What If Butterfree was, Bug Psychic. I've had What If Gyarados was a Water Dragon Pokemon rather than Water Flying. So the What If concept is pretty predominant on this channel. But today we're going to do a What If with Scyther, and I'll go over what we're changing here in a minute. First, I want to go over the stats really fast, just to showcase that this Pokemon does have the capacity to be very good if it just had some better things going for it. HP is 70, attack is 110, defense is 80, special in Generation 1 is 55, and speed is 105. So its worst stat is special, which we don't need that for attacking, we just need it for defense. But again, with physical defense, we're actually pretty solid, and as long as we can attack and hit hard and hit fast, having a bad defense in one way, shape, or form is not the worst thing ever. We don't attack at all. We have no special moves when it comes to attacking, so we're not worried about that aspect. We just got to be able to hit hard and hit fast. Cobra Kai. The video today is we're going to go over its moveset and change some things. Looking at the screen right now, RGB is what game we're playing. We're playing blue, so that's part of that. If you don't know, G is for green. In Japan, the first game released in Japan was Pokemon Green, which had Venusaur on the cover, and then they kind of cleaned up the game a little bit and made Red and Blue and released them in the States. But if you look at the Y, so look at the Y, if you go all the way down the bottom where it says Y and go down to where it says 50, Wing Attack. In Pokemon Red, Green, and Blue, you don't get Wing Attack for this Pokemon. The only move we can get that actually can hit Ghosts. This Pokemon has, just look at it, there's only 2 attacking moves. 2 attacking moves in Red, Green, and Blue. That's Quick Attack and Slash. And its TM moveset's not much better. I'm not going to go to the TM moveset. But what we're doing in this video is we're going to give Wing Attack to this Pokemon right from jump and see how much better it does in the playthrough when it has a 35 base power flying move. With Stab, it's about 52. Not a great move, like I said, but it's actually not a bad move either because you can actually do a lot of things with it. You can badge boost with it. Like Slash can't work with Swords Dance because it crits all the time. So this move can be used in kind of correspond with Swords Dance in unison, I should say. And it can hit Ghosts, and it does a lot of things. And there's a lot of bug types early, so it's going to speed up the early game as well. That's what we're going to do in this video. Instead of waiting to level 50, though, that doesn't make sense to me. Why would you give a Pokemon a 35 base power move at level 50? That doesn't make any sense for this Pokemon. So today, what we're doing is we're going to give this Pokemon Wing Attack from jump, and see if it makes it a better Pokemon in Generation 1. I think it's going to, obviously it's going to make it better, but how much better is it going to make it? I already showed you, like I said, the time was 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 20 seconds. We want to destroy that time by at least 10 minutes. And we do have to do another playthrough of this and post it for, the recap video for the bug types, but today we're going to do it with having the move Wing Attack. So without further ado, let's dive into this playthrough. Our first battle is against our rival. Our rival's name is Lycansub. And we named our Pokemon, we didn't name it Toboggan this time, we named it Hopper, if you've ever seen A Bug's Life. And obviously gave our rival Charmander, and with 2 critical hits with Wing Attack, we knock out our rival's Pokemon. I'm going to move right into the Bug Forest, where we're going to have a huge advantage, because we have Wing Attack. Wing Attack, like I said, with Stab, it's only 52, but it doubles when we're dealing with, and it goes up to 105, because actually it's 52.5 is what it actually is, but Pokemon, it rounds down, but when it doubles, because things are weak to it, it goes up to 105. And so with that, we're one-shotting pretty much everything. I don't think we'll one-shot the Kakuna here. Yep, we will. We're critical hitting a lot, so that's good. And then one more time. Very good. So the Bug Force becomes a lot easier, and it doesn't really matter too much. We still have to take a decent amount of time to get by Brock, because this move isn't that much more powerful than Quick Attack when it comes to Brock, because he resists it. But it is a little bit more powerful. That's the thing. It's a little bit more powerful. So with the last Bug Catcher beaten, we're going to go ahead and move on to our rival. Second rival battle in the game, and he's going to lead out with a Pidgey. Now that we have a slightly more powerful move, it's not a lot more powerful, but slightly more powerful, we can 3-shot the Pidgey. Whereas with Quick Attack, I think we were 4-shotting. So we get the knockout, and now with Wing Attack, it looks like we're just about ready to, we were going to 2-shot until he growled us. We beat our rival, we knock out the Charmander, and that moves us right into Brock's gym. And in Brock's gym, we face a Million Light Years trainer. Wing attack, it's just a slightly more powerful move, so it may do a little bit more to Diglett. So it's a 2-shot with Diglett, and then Sandshrew comes out. He's not resisted or anything, so it doesn't matter. It's just a slightly more powerful move than quick attack, so that ends up being like a 4-shot rather than a 5-shot. So we leave and come back at level 16, because we still want to have access to Leer, but I think the way we plan this is we're not going to need it, because we don't do a lot of damage to Onix, and the biggest fear we have here is we don't want Onix to go for Bide. But as I was playing through, I'm like, listen, it's not going to have too much of an effect on how much damage we do back. We go into the Onix part of this fight with a lot of health, so it's not the worst thing ever. I alternate, and whenever he goes for Bite, I just go to Quick Attack. Quick Attack's only doing 1 or 2 damage, and getting it dealt back, it's not the worst thing ever. So Wing Attack, and it gets unleashed, and he's not going to have enough damage to deal to us anyway, so we get a pretty easy win over him. We don't have to get to level 17. We had to get to level 17 last time. We beat him in about 11 minutes, and that moves us into Mount Moon. There's nothing really special in Mount Moon. There's a rare candy, and there's an ether, and that leads us through, and we're go ahead and fighting this super duper nerd. We knock out his Grimer, we knock out his Voltorb, out 2 hits. Gonna take 2 hits. Regardless, even with the critical hit, we didn't knock him out. And Wing Attack is a 2-hit. Like, adding this move, it's a good move to have it. It definitely solves some problems, but you gotta understand, we're not adding a game-breaking move here. If it was Wing Attack from Generation 2, that's completely different. That might be a future video. But that leads us right into our third rival battle on Nugget Bridge. We're going to lead out first with Wing Attack on the Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto is going to go for Quick Attack. He does not get a Sand Attack off very good. So that means the rest of this battle, to me, I'm very comfortable with the rest of this battle. We're going to one-shot the Abro. We're going to one-shot the Rattata. Charmander comes out, and it's a one-shot with a critical hit. So we obliterate our rival on Nugget Bridge. And now we're going to go ahead and face Misty. Misty is the water gym leader, and she's going to lead out with a Staryu. Now with this, we're just going to have a little bit more. We're going to go for double team, so we're going to lower our risk of getting hit by things. We don't have good special, so Water Gun and Bubble Beam would be very effective. So Wing Attack is a 2-hit, looks like, with critical hit. Nope, it's going to be a 3-hit. But we get the knockout over Starmie. Very easy win over Misty, and that leads us right into our SSN battle with our rival. And we're going to go into this battle, and he's going to come out with a Pidgeotto. Slightly higher level than the last time. But his other Pokemon have kind of evolved a little bit. So we go for double team to make it so we can't get hit that easy. We get a 2-hit knockout on the Pidgeotto. We get a 2-hit knockout on the Raticate. Kadabra should go down to 1 Wing Attack. Very good. And now Charmeleon does have Ember, so we don't want to get hit too many times by Charmeleon, but we get a 2-shot. Take a little bit of damage from Ember. It actually was, pretty effective. And that leads us right into Lieutenant Surge. Lieutenant Surge, we're actually weak to Lieutenant Surge. So this isn't the greatest thing. However, we can go for double team on the Voltorb and make it so Pikachu and Raichu have a hard time hitting us. So Wing Attack looks like it's going to be about a 3-shot on the Voltorb. One more time, Quick Attack, very good. Pikachu comes out, Wing Attack is not a 1-shot, it's a 2-shot. So we're not solving any of those problems, but like I said, it's a slightly more powerful. Actually, it's not, because these Pokemon are resisted to Wing Attack. But we get enough damage with Quick Attack that we beat Lieutenant Surge, and that leads us right into Rock Tunnel, and we're going to face Boomer the Hiker. Boomer's going to come out with a Geodude, and we're just going to set up with double team, and hopefully they self-destruct and hit themselves. And we can only do this so many times, and then we're going to go for Slash. If he goes for self-destruct, that's great for us. We have Slash now, so it crits, so it does a lot of damage. And so we don't really have to worry about getting hit very much, because double team increases our evasiveness. We win, and we move right on to Celadon City. Now that we're in Celadon City, we go right into Erica's gym, and we're going to take on Erica and a couple of the trainers in here. And really, this was like a time waste. I did not have to fight these battles. I did not have to do that. I should have just gone in, fought the one mandatory battle I have to face, which is against this girl, and then go right and face Erica. But I decided to take on a couple of these trainers for experience. I didn't need it. I could save some time there. And you'll see at the end of this game, we could definitely save some time. We're going to go ahead and go for double team. We get poisoned, not a big deal. And being poisoned is not the worst thing ever, because now I don't have to worry about being put to sleep. I don't have to worry about being paralyzed. And if I can just one-shot, I can just knock out the opposition without any kind of resistance here. And they can't do anything else to me other than, hit me with a move. But I'm resistant to all their moves on Bug, and I'm flying, so any kind of grass move is not going to do much to me. So we win that battle and move right on to Giovanni number 1. Wanavani, he comes out with an Onix, and we'll go for double team on the Onix. He goes for Rock Throw. Rock Throw is super effective. It's actually 4 times effective. It's actually 300 effective power. Look in the top right corner right now. 300 effective power this move has against me. Okay, now Onix doesn't have great attack. That's why I didn't do 300 power to me. And we have pretty decent defense, but dang, that's actually a lot of damage this move can do if it hits us. So that's why we go for double team, is it increases our evasiveness so we can't get hit. And I want to reiterate something. Like I said, we've added a 35 base power move in expecting this to be a whole lot better. It's not. It's not a whole lot better. This is not a game-breaking move. We didn't add this move that's like I'm contemplating doing a playthrough with Moltres, but instead of having Fire Spin, it has Flamethrower. That is a game-breaking move because that's significantly more powerful than the move it had. Now, this is just adding a move that's around the same power as Quick Attack, but it can just do a little bit more thing, hit more things, whereas normal moves can't. So here's our rival battle in the Pokemon Tower, rival number 5. We're going to set up with Swords Dance, and then we're going to sweep. This is going to be a very smooth battle. We're going to go ahead and knock out Wing Attack on the Execute. Very good. Wing Attack on Gyarados. It doesn't matter. Swift or Wing Attack. I think Swift is slightly more powerful, so it's going well. And now we have one more Charmeleon Slash. Very good. We get the win over our rival in Pokemon Tower. Now, I showcased the Pokemon Tower before. I'm not going to do that. We obliterate everything in there. Wing Attack's powerful enough to one-shot all the Ghost types. And we spent almost 10 minutes in there before trying to deal with those Ghost types. And this time we didn't have to do that. They're just one-shots across the board. And now we're going to go ahead and go for Swift on the Coughing. Go for Swift on the Muck. The reason why Swift is actually great to use here is Coughings can go for Smokescreen and lower your accuracy. And Swift skips over all accuracy buffs. So it's a great move to have. And you could actually badge boost and set up with it. We beat Koga very handily. And that moves us right into Silphco. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. I forgot where I was for a second. Right into Silphco, and now we're going to go ahead and take on our rival number 6. And we're going to Swords Dance 1, Swords Dance 2, Swords Dance 3. Now, this would be a problem if we had Generation 2 Wing Attack, because, I mean, Pidgeot has a very good Wing Attack that they can use against us as well. We one-shot the Pidgeot, we one-shot the Execute, we one-shot the Gyarados. Alakazam comes out, we Swift on the Gyarados, and then we one-shot the Charizard. We do. We beat our rival in Silphco, and it was just right into Tuavani. Tuavani's going to come out and not have anything great against us. I mean, if it had a Pokemon that had a Rock Throw, it might be a problem, but none of his Pokemon have even Rock moves at all now because he got rid of his Onix. So Nidorino goes down to 1 slash. Kangaskhan's going down to 2 slashes. Rhyhorn's going to go down probably about 3 or 4. It's not going to do much to us. So the worst thing to do is like Stomp or whatever. And so Swift, okay, there we go, knock it out. We should have gone for Slash. I don't know why we switched to Swift. Did we badge boost? We did. Okay, so that's probably why we switched. So we knock out the Nidoqueen, beat Giovanni number 2, and move right on to Sabrina and her whip. And with this, we're not going to do anything. We're going to go for Slash every time. It's going to crit, and these Psychic Pokemon are very frail. So we're going to one-shot the Venomoth. Do we one-shot the Alakazam? We do one-shot the Alakazam. So 4 up, 4 down. Good morning, good evening, good night, and good tomorrow. And we take on Blaine now. Blaine is the Fire Gym leader, so we do want to set up with Blaine. I don't think Slash is going to one-shot everything. So we want to get fully set up with +4 right now, or I'm sorry, +6 right now. Slash will one-shot with the Growlithe and the Ponyta. I know, like, why you're doing that. It's just a more effective move. And if we crit with Swift, we could get hit by an Ember or something. And Slash the 2-shot on the Rapidash. And the final Pokemon is Arcanine. We one-shot Arcanine with Swift. We beat Blaine. And that moves us right into our final gym leader, which is Giovanni number 3. Giovanni, who's going to come out with a Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn, we're going to go ahead and set up Mimic. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. +6. And I'm not Mimic, Swords Dance. And then we're going to Mimic actually move. Stomp. I never thought of this strategy before, but Stomp seems like a great strategy to use. It's a move that won't crit all the time. We got rid of Swift anyway, so we need something that's going to work. And Wing Attack's probably not going to do the greatest, but Stomp is doing a great job handling all of his Pokemon. And I know it's not going to one-shot the Rhydon, but Rhydon can't really do much to us. And Stomp is... Oh, no, Stomp is not a knockout. I thought we were going to knock out Stomp there, but we get the win over Giovanni and move right into our final rival battle for the Elite Four. He's going to lead out with a Pidgeot. Pidgeot is going to come out. We don't have to worry about Sand Attack anymore, but we still do have to worry about Wing Attack. So set up Swords Dance number 2, Swords Dance number 3, and 3 Wing Attacks, and we're down to almost half health. Slash is not a one-shot. We knock out the Pidgeot, and then he brings out his Rhyhorn. Now again, we just thought of this, like, why not just use Stomp again? Why not use Stomp again? It's a great move. It's very powerful. It works well with our attack stats, so we Stomp and knock out the Rhyhorn. We knock out the Execute. We knock out the... Ooh, don't knock out the Gyarados. That critical hit could have cost us there, but it didn't. Stomp on the Alakazam. We level up, so we lose our speed boost, but we still have our attack boost. We beat Charizard. We beat our rival and move right onto the Elite Four. Now that we're at the Pokemon League, we'll go ahead and look at our stats real quick, and then we'll go in and face the actual Elite Four themselves. First thing we'll look at is our stats. Attack is 186, defense is 148, speed is 179, and special is 119. And if you look on the left side of the screen, the bottom left, those are our stats, but they're actually adding the badge boost from the corresponding badge. Attack's 209, defense is 166, speed is 201, and special is 133. Let's look at our moveset real quick. You can already see the moveset, but I'll make it nice and big in the middle of the screen. Wing Attack, Hyper Beam, Mimic, and Swords Dance. So I want you all to take a look at the time. We're at 47 minutes and 34 seconds. In our original playthrough, it took us 1 hour and 4 minutes and 20 seconds to beat the whole game. And right now we're pacing to demolish that time by at least 10 minutes. Now, like I said, we're looking at this from a perspective that we added a 35 base power move that happened to be stab, so it's only 52 base power. When it comes to, this isn't a game-breaking move. This is like a subtle move that solves some very minute problems. It speed up the beginning of the game. It made it so Pokemon Tower didn't take like 8 to 10 minutes. And it made it so we could route the game a little bit better. Whenever we didn't have this, we did not go for Erica's Gym right away because we had nothing effective other than Slash. So we had to over level for that. And it really fixed some very minute problems that added up to be what seems right now we're pacing to easily be about 10 minutes of save time. But let's go into Elite Four and see how we do. So the first battle we have in the Elite Four against Lorelei. And Lorelai's going to lead out with a Dugong Gong Gong. And I'm pretty sure she gets us here. She gets us where we're trying to set up. Aurora Beam does a lot of damage, and it crits right here, and we get our first loss of the game. So our first reset. So we're going to go ahead and try this battle again, and I'm pretty sure she gets us one more time. Go for Swords Dance again. Aurora Beam does about a third, so that seems to be more like it. Hyper Beam knocks out the Dugong Gong Gong. Cloyster gets knocked out, very good. Slowbro, we're going to get one more setup in. It's going to go for Growl, which sucks because now it lowers our attack stat, but our attack stat's so high it shouldn't matter. And the one problem we have right now is we are not going to one-shot the Lapras. It hits a Blizzard and knocks us out. So 2 resets right away from Lorelei. Not fun. And it didn't really take up that much time. It took about a minute of time, but that's something that can be cleaned up. Is just be more prepared for this. And we knock out the Cloyster. And we're going to set up even further on the Slowbro. Seems like the best Pokemon to set up on. He can go for Water Gun, which does nothing. And he can go for Amnesia, which does nothing. So Hyper Beam one-shots the Slowbro, the Jinx, and the Lapras. There we go. Get the win over Lorelei, and we're going to move right on to Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno very much. He's kind of a cakewalk. He's kind of a joke. He's kind of a lost hiker that wandered into the Elite Four, and they just kind of accept him as one of their own. And now we're going to go ahead and set up with Swords Dance. Hyper Beam on the Onix. Not a one-shot, so we got to take a turn and recharge. We knock it out, and now from here on out, Wing Attack should one-shot all the Pokemon except for Onix. What we should have done there is mimic Ice Punch on the Hitmonchan, just so we have a better move for Onix, but the previous Onix was able to set up its defense curls, so that's why it wasn't a one-shot with Hyper Beam. In that circumstance, we didn't have to worry about it. Now we move right into Agatha. Agatha was one of the trainers I thought would be the hardest in the first playthrough, but it wasn't as hard as I anticipated because we got some good luck, and we got a first try victory when we did it. Now, this battle seems a lot more convoluted. This is a lot more convoluted of a battle. We're just trying to get Pokemon put to sleep so we can badge boost and set up our Pokemon. 1, 2, and he keeps going for Haze, and Haze like undoes all the stat buffs. So now that we're boosted, we can use Hyper Beam, knock out the Golbat, very good. Knock out the Gengar with Wing Attack. Now this is so much easier than using Nightshade and just doing 1 damage for every level we have. A lot better. We can badge this, we can set up, we can sweep, and Agatha ends up being a cakewalk in this battle as well. A little bit of headache with Confuse Ray and some hazes, but nonetheless we get the win and move right on to Lance, the Dragon Master. And we're going to set up Swords Dance 1, Swords Dance 2. We get Leer, so ups our attack stat a little bit more, lowers our defense, but ups our attack stat. Knock out the Gyarados, one shot, very good. Wing Attack is not a one shot on the Dragonair. If it didn't crit, we would have knocked it out, very good. Dragonair wing shot as well. Aerodactyl, I'm not going to chance it. We're going to go for Hyper Beam on the Aerodactyl, very good. And then we're going to go for Hyper Beam on the Dragonite. We get the knockout over the Dragonite. We beat Lance, and this is right into our champion fight. In the champion fight, I think we get a first try victory here. And we're going to go ahead and set up on the Pidgeot. We don't want to get hit by Wing Attack. He's going to mimic our move, which is fine. We get hit by Wing Attack, so that's not great. We don't want to have too many setups, super effective. And now we're going to go ahead and hit Hyper Beam on the Pidgeot. Alakazam comes out. We're going to mimic Recover, so we can recover some health, probably on the Rhydon. And we're going to go ahead and go for Hyper or Wing Attack. Yeah, Wing Attack should do well. Yep, one shot. And Rhydon comes out. We're going to cover some health. And we're just giving it the capacity to maybe, you know, Leer us or Tail Whip us. We don't really need it because we're fully set up, but we get fully healed. And now we're going to go for, and we get a critical hit, so it skips over all of our stat buffs. We knock out the Rhydon with the next one. Wing Attack on the Executor. Not a one-shot. That was so close. So we're going to try it again, and it was just a range. So we get the knockout on the second attempt. Hyper Beam on the Gyarados. And now we have our final Pokemon Charizard. Do we one-shot Charizard? We do with Hyper Beam. Very good. Get a time locked in at 52 minutes and 48 seconds. Again, our time that we had initially was 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 20 seconds. We were just about 12 minutes faster adding this move. And we'll get our official time locked in. I'll pause it right there. And I'm going to move over and look at the tier list. Looking at our tier list right now, where Scyther was last time was in the D tier. In the sub 65 minute run, right in front of Butterfree, right behind Ninetales. This would put this Pokemon, it moves up 2 different tiers into the sub 55. Now here's the thing about the sub 55. All the Pokemon in sub 55 are like 54 minutes and some seconds. They're all really separated by like 30 seconds. This would put it king of the sub 55 tier at 52 minutes. It'd be like light years. If I put like a time span, there's a massive gap between 52 minutes and 48 seconds with Scyther, and the time with Rapidash is like 54 minutes and 20 seconds. It's a good 2 minutes faster than Rapidash, which puts it right between Rapidash and Charizard if we were put that on the list. This is not a playthrough where we actually do put this on the list. I'm just saying the perspective that anytime you can do something with a Pokemon, and one, it saves more than 5 minutes is good, but saves more than 10 minutes, it saves 12 minutes, and it moves it up multiple tiers. That means that there's just some better things you can do with this. Now, here's something I'm contemplating for the future. I'm not doing it anytime soon. Maybe I'll expect that if there's a lot of comments about it. But I wanted to do one where instead of it being Generation 1's Wing Attack, let's do Generation 2's Wing Attack. If you don't know this, in Generation 1, Wing Attack's 35 base power. In Generation 2, it's 60. So imagine a 60 base power move with this, but that would definitely break this Pokemon. I would venture to say that I would get that in the sub 50, maybe sub 45, because having a move that's that powerful that early, and then playing through the whole game would just be a whole different level of like broken. Even though it's still not the greatest move, it's not like a 100 base power move, and you're at it with stab or whatever. It still is a very powerful move, and it does solve a lot of problems. It even solves those problems even better. When we were in Erica's gym, we had a super effective flying move with an effective power of 105 against Victory Bell, and guess what? It wasn't one-shotting Victory Bell. It wasn't one-shotting Tangela. It wasn't one-shotting Vileplume. So that move by itself isn't good, but a 60 base power move that's 90 with stab and then 180 whenever something's weak to it, that's a completely different discussion. However, I do want to let you guys know that we do have a video coming out this Friday. It is our Beedrill video. It is a final bug type I have to play through to get everyone on the record. I do need to play through all of them and post the results next Friday. Next Friday. Next Friday we'll have the actual results of the playthrough. I might start the next Pokemon type on Wednesday of next week. I haven't decided yet, or I might do a different video. I haven't decided yet, but I'll let you guys know by the Friday video what I decide to do. I'm contemplating doing, I think I'm going to do electric types next. I'm going to do something, I'm going to kind of go against the grain of what I thought I was going to do. I thought I was going to go right to the grass type, or go right into ground or rock, something like that. However, I'm going to go right into the electric types. And electric types, there's some Pokemon that a lot of people think certain Pokemon would win this, but it's actually going to come down to some Pokemon people aren't expecting. I think everyone expects one Pokemon to win, and then like the rest of the order is what people aren't going to expect. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below, what you think of this video. My name is JD, and this is Polywar's Wrath, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Have a good one, and see ya.